Hello, my name is Madeline Dalfiume. I'm currently a veterinary student at Washington State University, and this summer, with the support of the Vaniman International Travel Grant, I went to Vietnam. Save Vietnam's Wildlife, a rescue center focused on pangolins and small carnivores, nestled within Cuc Phuong National Park. It turns out that the summer is a quieter time of year for wildlife rescue in Vietnam, but I still had plenty to do. I assisted with ear tagging, microchipping, and collecting blood from deer. I cleaned. I prepared fecal samples and examined them under the microscope. I cleaned. I helped with bandage changes on an injured pangolin. I cleaned. I monitored anesthesia during a pangolin health check. And I cleaned. Throughout all of this, the vets gave me mini lessons in pangolin medicine, ultrasounds, parasites, and more. One of my daily jobs was hand-rearing the baby pangolin and Austin civets in the nursery. I also took the overnight shift once a week, waking up every few hours to feed them. Because I saw the babies every day, I had the privilege of watching them grow and gain confidence. The pangolins started eating ants, and the civets started eating more solid foods like banana. Eventually, I took them to the outdoor parts of their enclosures to make them climb on real branches. They started out wobbly and scared, but they quickly found their footing. After volunteering, I had 2.5 weeks to travel on my own. My first stop was Ba Vi National Park. I trekked up almost 1,800 stairs to reach temples on 2 separate peaks. I climbed the stairs, I stopped to rest, I climbed more stairs, oh dear, I met a dog, and at the top of each peak, I admired the view before descending once more through the throngs of daytime travelers. Next, I journeyed west to the Lam Caup Tea Hills and Suong Sung National Park, before taking a train north to the city of Sapa, seated right next to Hoang Linh National Park. There, I trekked with a local Mom guide to her village, where I helped her prepare lunch. She showed me the clothes she makes with her own hemp and indigo, weaving and dyeing the fabric herself before sewing the pieces together and hand embroidering designs. The next day, I traveled by cable car to Mount Phan, the highest point in Vietnam. It was incredibly cloudy, and I could barely see 10 steps in front of me, but I had a lot of fun inside the cool, misty air of the clouds after many weeks in the hot, humid atmosphere of summer in Vietnam. Tam Dao was my last stop. My main goal there was to visit the Bear Center, which houses moon and sun bears rescued from the bear bile trade. It was inspiring to hear their stories and see the spacious, well-furnished enclosures they got to live in after years of being exploited in harsh conditions. I spent one night in Tam Dao on a tour in the jungle searching for reptiles and amphibians. For about 6 hours, I followed my tour guide through dense vegetation, into a stream, and down a never-ending staircase that descended from a mountain pagoda. We saw some lizards, a lot of frogs, the endemic Tam Dao warty newt, and 3 species of snake. I chose to travel to Vietnam because I am half Vietnamese and I wanted to practice the language, which I only started learning about 5 years ago. But you don't need a personal connection to travel abroad. Though it has its ups and downs, international travel is a great way to broaden your worldview and keep you humble and open-minded. As a vet student, it is always interesting to learn new methods and gather different perspectives on how to approach various techniques and species, and I enjoy seeing how vets in other countries operate. So, if you ever have the opportunity to travel internationally, daunting as it may sound, don't deprive yourself of these experiences. Thank you to everyone who made my volunteering and traveling fun. Thank you to all the people I met along the way who were willing to help me and humor me as I tried to speak Vietnamese. Thank you to my Vietnamese professor who taught me the language in the first place. Thank you to me for planning this trip and having the courage to go outside and talk to people in a foreign language. And thank you to the Vaniman International Travel Grant for funding this trip. I do hope to see more vet students seek out opportunities abroad in the near future. Bye!